Welcome to Solent Sports News. Coming up on today's programme, the Kestrels continue to soar. The men pick up one trophy while the women are in the hunt for silverware too. No cup glory in the FA Vase though. United Services Portsmouth Wembley dream dies after penalties. And it's Mental Health Awareness Week. We're live with a running club who are helping student well-being. Good evening, and we're starting with basketball tonight. Solent Kestrels are heading into the playoff finals this weekend. They're just one win away from adding to their silverware collection this season, as our basketball reporter Luke Simcock reports.
Solent Kestrels faced a confident Newcastle University side in NBL playoff semi-final action. The Kestrels started the game at a rapid pace, going up 14-0 before Newcastle even got scoring. A strong start from Travis Charles, Brendan Okawankoro and Andre Arasol saw Kestrels dominate the first half, leading 69-26. Newcastle had a stronger second half, with Ronald Blaine putting up a tough performance, but it was too little, too late, with Kestrels winning 113-69. Solent will now head up to Manchester to face Hemel Storm in the final, and ended the game by lifting the league trophy after winning it for the third straight season.
Team Solent Kestrels women are hoping to follow on from the men's success as they begin their playoffs this weekend. Their first round sees them face Nottingham Trent University, with the Kestrels having the home advantage. Amy Adams has more.
Team Solent Kestrels are amongst 8 sides progressing into the first round of the Women's NBL playoffs. They go into their game on Saturday looking to bounce back after a poor run of results. Coach Sylvain Donneau has high hopes for the playoffs.
Well, we're expecting a win, definitely. We're very excited to have a home game. I think it's going to be very important, and going as far as possible. So taking a game at a time. W's to the final. Home court is a big advantage. You're right. Home fans are here pushing us. Most of the time, we've got fans coming and watching. It's all about the life on the bench.
Former Kestrels captain Kristina Valky was replaced midway through the season with guard Chrissy Karapova after revealing she was pregnant. Karapova says the whole squad is vital in boosting team morale on the court.
Our bench is always very, very loud, and we always try to get our bench to help our 5 people on the court. So I think that's one of the main things is bench getting involved. I'm very excited. It's the first time me being a captain. After Christy left, I took over, and I'm very excited to start the playoffs.
Solent go into the finals 4th in the league on 20 points. With 10 wins and 8 losses, they average a 55.5 win percentage. Forward Erica Mayer said how the team are trying to make up for their underwhelming season with playoff glory.
It's turned out pretty well, I think. Obviously, we're not as high as we would like to be, but going in with hopefully a home court advantage, you can't really complain with that. Yeah, I think that it's gone pretty well. Obviously, we'd like to get some of those wins back, but yeah, can't complain at this point.
We want to go to the final, 100%. First game, just got to win it. Second one, going to be a tough one, but we're just all thinking about getting all the way to the finals.
The goal is always to make it to the championship. I think that we're very capable. We have the skill set. We have the players that we need to get there. Yeah, it's just going to be us putting out the effort and playing as hard as we can, playing harder than the other team.
Solent will face Nottingham Trent University at home in the first leg of the playoffs. The winner will either face league winners Ipswich or Thames Valley Cavaliers. Amy Adams, Solent Sports News.
Southampton will secure safety in the Premier League if they beat Crystal Palace tomorrow night. The Saints will hope to have Ings back for the game after he returned to training. However, they will not have Romeu or Bertrand, who remain out. Ralph has also confirmed Teller is unlikely to play tomorrow. It's expected UEFA will make an announcement by Wednesday over whether the Champions League final will change stadiums. It is believed if there is a change, the new stadium will be either at Wembley or Villa Park. This comes after the UK government placed Turkey on the red list for travel. Grant Shapps, the Secretary for Travel in the UK, said the fans cannot go to Istanbul for the final.
First of all, it does mean, I'm afraid, with regard to the Champions League, that fans should not travel to Turkey. The FA, I can tell you, are in discussions with UEFA already on this. We are very open to hosting the final, but it is ultimately a decision for UEFA.
Last Saturday saw the semi-final of the FA Vase visit the South East, with United Services Portsmouth looking to book their place on a trip to Wembley. Mark Fenner reports.
The 8th of May is synonymous for victory in Europe in 1945. But here in the South East, one football team wanted to add more to this historic day, gaining victory in the FA Vase. United Services Portsmouth has been the underdog story coming into Saturday's match against Binfield. Their manager Glenn Turnbull puts this all down to the attitude of his players.
I've never known a group of lads like it. The self-belief is unbelievable. Their assurance and what we've got is second to none that I've been around in football. We're not just a group of mates that have got through the semi-final of a national competition. You can't just be 16 mates that go down the pub and get to a semi-final. So there's some real talent and there's some belief.
The RNs are the only Wessex League team left in this year's competition, and with the chance of a cup final looming, the thought of playing at Wembley has become a talking point throughout the club.
I think since after the Christchurch game, it's been in the back of everyone's minds, and I think every step we've come, it's just become more realistic. But like we said, we've got a job to do today, so for that 90 minutes, 2 hours, everyone will be completely focused on that. Wembley won't even be in their minds. So we'll just remain professional and get the job done.
So how did the game pan out? Well, the match resulted in a bright start for Portsmouth, with Turnbull's side winning the majority of the second balls to put Binfield under significant pressure. This paid off in the 22nd minute, with top scorer James Franklin avoiding the offside trap to slot in the ball in the back of the net. 1-0 Portsmouth. The remainder of the half saw the visitors on the back foot, with Portsmouth matching the intensity of the higher-ranked Tier 5 side. And with the club defeating 6 previous clubs of the same league status as Binfield, the players have begun to relish in confidence.
We feel that we are a Step 5 team, really. It's been sort of like a natural game where we feel like there's more pressure on them than there is us, just because of the fact of the hierarchy of how we are. But it's more, I think we feel more pressure playing teams in our league, don't we? Because we're expected to win majority of our games.
Unfortunately, football is a game of two halves. Binfield came out a different team, maintaining possession and stretching Portsmouth thin, coming close with more tenacity. This all culminated late on in the 80th minute. One chance is all that it takes, with Liam Ferdinand taking it past Tom Price to slot home the equaliser. A draw is not enough in the FA Vase, meaning penalties would declare a winner. The Red and Blues began the contest and slotted home in style. Binfield were the first to stumble from 12 yards, with Price denying more. 2 successive USP misses left the visitors with the last kick of the game, and they made it count. Slotting in their 5th, knocking Portsmouth out of the competition. Penalties are like the lottery. It's a game of chance with big rewards, leading to overwhelming joy, or in Portsmouth's case, heartbreak and reflection. Mark Fenner, Solent Sports News.
In F1 news, Lewis Hamilton secured his 3rd victory of the F1 season at the Spanish Grand Prix. Hamilton clinched his win after initially being overtaken by Max Verstappen. The Brit clawed back a 22-second gap to overtake the Dutch with only 6 laps to go. Lewis remains top of the standings with 94 points ahead of Verstappen, who's on 80 points. Alexander Zverev clinched his 4th ATP Masters 1000 trophy on Sunday after overcoming Matteo Berrettini in a well-fought 6-7, 6-4, 6-3 victory. This is the 2nd time in which the German has posted 3 or more top 10 wins at a single event, following his Nitto ATP final success back in 2018. He will now be looking towards this week's Masters 1000 tournament in Rome to back up his performances. Rory McIlroy won his 19th PGA Tour title at this year's Wells Fargo golf event. After some anxious moments on the 18th hole, McIlroy salvaged a bogey for a 3-under 68 that left him at 10 under par and one ahead of Abraham Ancer at the Wells Fargo Championship. This was the Northern Irishman's first win under new coach Pete Cohen, working alongside sports psychologist Bob Rotella. Billy Joe Saunders will have surgery on his eye socket after his loss against Canelo Alvarez. He suffered multiple fractures following an uppercut in the 8th round of the fight. He survived until the end of the round, but his corner threw in the towel while he was on his stool. It's not known how long his injury will take to recover. With Mental Health Awareness Week starting today, many will be reflecting on what has been a hard year for all. Students have been particularly affected, but with sports clubs and societies returning as COVID restrictions ease, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Sam Clark is live from the Solent Sports Complex with more.
Yes, Rob, thank you. And as you quite rightly said, students are one of the most vulnerable groups to mental health problems in the UK, with 73% of students reporting worsened mental health in the last year. But with normality coming ever closer and places like this opening back up for both the public and students, as well as the teams, societies, all getting back up and running, mental health is set to improve among students, whether it be people like this behind us who are just practicing their hoops before the big game, or if it's for personal training, gym, fitness, or just the social aspect of societies. The mental health is set to exponentially improve for students. Back to you in the studio, Rob.
That's all for today. Make sure you're with us next week for our final news date of the academic year.